Good morning. Lance and I worked on a story together this week. I have the words for you, and Lance created some amazing illustrations that I'm really excited to share.
In creating these illustrations, no chameleons were harmed, and my apologies to Vincent van Gogh.
Thank you, Lance. Hope you all enjoy our story. Codi Chameleon loved to look at the stars. Gazing into the night sky made Codi feel connected to everything, like they were one unique part of an interdependent web of all existence. Codi could feel like an individual and at the same time feel deeply connected to the stars, the moon, the earth, and everything on it. This was big, deep thinking for a chameleon. Codi felt so tiny and still an important part of everything, and that was a really cool feeling. But then Codi's family had to move. They moved to a city where there were so many lights you couldn't see the stars in the night sky. And this move also meant that Codi had to go to a big new school, and that was scary. But Codi had a fantastic superpower where they could blend into their surroundings. That's what chameleons do to stay safe. It helped Codi to not stand out like the new kid often does. So Codi sat in the back of the classroom, camouflaged against their surroundings, and adjusted to this new life. This blending into the background got pretty lonely, and one day Codi saw a flyer for a chess club that met after school on Tuesdays. Well, Codi really liked to play chess and thought this would be a great place to meet new friends in a pretty safe way. So when Tuesday came, Codi was a bit nervous and peeked through the window before going into chess club. All the players in there were zebras. So Codi quickly changed into zebra camouflage mode and then walked in. All the other players were happy to see a new member join the club, and they invited Codi to jump right into a game. Tuesdays went great, and Codi's confidence was boosted now that they had friends. A few weeks later, Codi noticed another flyer, this time for a nature club. Well, Codi loved to be outside walking in the woods, so they decided to show up to that club too, which met on Thursdays. It would have been easy enough for Codi to blend into the plants, rocks, and other things in the forest, but they wanted to make more friends. So Codi peeked around a bush as they approached the nature club meeting and saw that all the members of this club were leopards. No problem, Codi knew just how to fit in with this group too. The members were happy to see Codi and welcomed them in right away. Tuesdays and Thursdays became favorite days because Codi fit right in so seamlessly with the groups. One Wednesday afternoon, Codi was relaxing in a tree and saw a group of chess zebras walking, and they crossed paths with a group of the leopards from Nature Club. The zebras and the leopards gave each other unfavorable looks. They had somehow gotten to a point where they all felt rejected by the others. Each of the zebras felt like the leopards didn't like them, and the leopards felt like the zebras didn't like them. Feeling unwanted or unloved is a really hard place to be in. Codi watched this bad vibe happening between the groups that they'd become friends with. It was confusing. Codi really liked all of these friends, but the friend groups were in conflict with each other. It was like they had divided themselves because they each felt like they didn't fit with the other group. Suddenly, Codi thought about all the ways that each of the friends was unique. Like how one friend from Nature Club had great ideas for new activities and another brought great homemade snacks to share. And in Chess Club, one friend had jokes that they told at just the right time, and another could do perfect cartwheels. They were all small but important parts of something larger than themselves. Codi knew what to do. They climbed down from the tree, stepped to the place between the zebras and leopards, took a deep breath, and changed right there in front of everyone. Codi showed their true self, an individual, someone unique, someone who didn't need to hide anymore, someone who could let their own stars shine. Codi stood there living in truth, reminiscent of the night sky, reminding everyone around of the vastness of the universe and of this interconnected web of all existence, which we all are small and important parts of, and of the gift of being both separate and connected. The zebras and the leopards stood stunned. They stared, and then they saw it. They saw the bravery in this one little animal to be different, and it was incredibly beautiful. And they understood. They didn't need to feel unwanted anymore. They reached out. They got to know each other. They invited and included, and they shared themselves. They appreciated each other in new ways as they got to witness each other's uniqueness begin to shine. And Codi learned in that moment that while changing to blend in was very cool, changing to be one's true self was the coolest.